it's Bianca
and Maddie,
and we're back for another video.
Woo-hoo. So we've asked you guys if there's anything you would like advice on, and you've sent us many questions, so we're gonna go through them and give you guys our best advice.
You know,
we're not professionals
no
in advice giving by any means,
disclaimer.
But if we can give any sort of help or advice or make you feel better about something, then that's the most important thing.
Yeah, and we draw from our own past experiences. And I know there's a lot of girls out there who might not have you know, a friend or a family member that they can talk to about issues.
The first question comes from Tess_Ellen, and she says, how do you deal with negative energy?
I think the best way to dealing with negative energy to counteract it is by positive energy, and always looking at a positive in a negative situation, and there always is one. You know, just accepting that sometimes things can go wrong or are horrible, but you know, there's always a brighter tomorrow.
I think in terms of negative energy coming from other people, you just have to avoid that as much as possible. I like to surround myself with people who are positive and give positive vibes, because being around people who give off negative energy just really can drain you and bring you down, so it's best to just avoid them completely.
But you also have to understand that people who have a negative energy usually have a reason behind it, and it's usually because they're going through something negative in their life. So when you recognize that someone's got that, you can sympathize with them and maybe even help them, make them feel better.
Okay, this is a long one from Erica PQ. How do you get over people sending you beep when they don't know the full story or even close to anything that goes on, even after you try to explain yourself numerous times and you still have, well, those mean, hard-headed people coming after you? Basically, people that like to give you crap when they don't know the situation and they won't listen to you. How would you deal with that?
I think ignoring them is the best thing, because you know in your heart what you've done or what situation you're in and your own truths, and so it doesn't matter what someone else thinks, they can't take that away from you. It does suck because obviously they can control or manipulate their point of view based on something that they don't even know about. The best thing to do is just ignore it, don't add fire to the flame, just no.
That is not the saying.
What is it? What is the saying?
It's fuel to the fire. Don't add fire to the flame. Honestly, just do your best to block them out of your life by just ignoring them, removing them every way you can, because some people are just honestly like a brick wall, and no matter what you do, you can't get through them, and it sucks, but that's life, unfortunately. This comes from Michaela.Navakis. How to deal with fake friends.
I think if someone is a fake friend, then they're not really a friend to you, because they would be like faking it in a sense. You know what that answer just felt like? Felt like a dumb blonde did like a pageant, like a stupid answer.
Bianca, what do you think about climate change? I think climate change is when the climate changes.
No, but don't call them your friend.
Get rid of them out of your life. Goodbye. Bye.
Yeah. Bye, basic.
Sayonara.
Bye, basic. See you never.
This one comes from J4ZZY. Jazzy. Okay, how to stay positive.
That's a tough one.
There is no simple answer to this. No. It is a constant battle for everybody to stay positive, because in everyone's life there are things that are going to drag you down. I think I do quite well at staying positive. I just like to see the bright side of things, or not necessarily the bright side of things, but the negative things in my life I kind of just
block out.
Yeah, I guess like ignore them in a way, and focus more on the positive things in my life, and try to see that everything's going to be okay in the end, everything's going to work out, and life is fun and great, and there are a lot of good things, even though there are also a lot of bad things. You have to try and make the best out of every situation.
I think the best present that you get from life is time, and time can bring change. So it's like, think of your life as a storybook, and
nothing lasts forever,
and
pain
you might have a horrible chapter, you know, but then
like the quote I tweeted the other day, this may be a sad chapter, but it's not a sad story.
Yeah, and so you can have a horrible chapter and you could be in that middle part of your life, but you know, there's going to be a climax, and there's going to be the best part of your life, and that's just around the corner, and that's yet to come. So if you hold on to that hope, there will always that will push you through the tough times the most. That's what I found.
This one comes from Melissa.813. Your personal favorite ways to deal with stress and anxiety. What calms you down?
I don't really get anxiety or stress, especially not as much as Madeline does.
Not a very stressed out person in general.
I guess, I don't know, that's just not my personality, so I can't. Can you not? Stop!
Well, you want a black hair on your face?
Because I don't really identify with it as much as what, say, like Madeline gets anxiety and social anxiety and stuff. Like, I know it doesn't seem like it, but she does, and I have to deal with it.
I'm good at hiding things and internalizing it. I'm good at internalizing it. I think ways I deal with it is spending time alone. Whenever I'm stressed out, I like to be alone in my room, do things that calm me down. So like listen to music or watch videos, you know, have my incense in my room and candles. Just being alone by myself and relaxing. If I'm out and I'm getting anxiety,
you look to me.
I don't know, I do little things. Yeah, I like being with people that I know, people that I'm familiar with. Honestly, it's just like little things. Like if I'm in a really loud place and I'm like getting anxiety, I like to hum things to myself because it's loud, no one can hear it. So like if I'm at a club or something and I'm stressed out, I just like hum my favorite song or something like that to myself, and that calms me down. And just like trying to think of other things, distract myself, keep my mind other places, and try to be as positive as I can.
So this one comes from A.Lease. How do you deal with the hate? I think we've answered this ages ago in a Q&A briefly, and we were going to do a whole video on it, and I think we probably still, because it seems to be still relevant, and a lot of people always ask us.
It is a big topic.
I think everyone has at least one person who's bullied or sent hate to them that they haven't asked for or even deserved at all in the slightest. So it kind of, this question relates to a lot of people.
I think you just have to recognize that like a lot of people and everyone successful has haters. Like any sort of public figure or person who kind of puts themselves out there and has like some sort of an audience is going to get negative backlash. Like that's just a part of it.
I think
and it doesn't reflect on you, it reflects on the person who's commenting on it.
Exactly, because it's like the tall poppy syndrome. You know, if you have confidence about something, it could be a talent that you have or yourself or any type of thing, right? People love to tear that down because they hold that same insecurity that you have confidence. So if you're confident in your body, someone might be insecure in their body. So some people's way of dealing with it is to attack that. And it's not nice, and it shouldn't happen, but I am starting to believe that it's a trait of, you know, all human nature, and it's an ugly trait, but it's something that we have to become used to in a sense. You don't have to accept it, but you have to just, I mean, acknowledge that it will happen, but don't let it affect you. And to not let it affect you means to focus on people who do love you, or look at the positive comments you get, you know.
If it's online, it's in a way easier to avoid because you have the control to block and delete and get rid of that comment and things like that. And it is easier said than done because when someone's saying something about you, you obviously want to know what they're saying. But in a way, ignorance is bliss, because if you don't know what they're saying, it can't hurt you. So you really have to have a lot of control. I mean, what am I saying?
Willpower?
Yeah, a lot of willpower to try and avoid seeing the hate comments online. So ones on the Instax, we won't read the names because they're private.
So I'm going into freshman year of high school, and I'm really nervous because it's a new school with bigger classes. I'm excited but also nervous to meet new people because I'm really shy at first. Any advice on how to deal with freshman year? Thank you girls, love you both. That age group is probably the pivotal point in where you go from a child to an adult and start becoming your own person. So when you meet new people, it's at that age, it's going to be awkward regardless if you go into a new school or if you just find new friends. You're going to all become your own person. So the best way to deal with it is just be you. Don't try to fit into crowds or trends, or try and look cool or do things that you don't really feel are you, but you do them because you're being peer pressured. Because when you start to do that, you start to lose who you are, and it makes it harder to make new friends and for people to know who you are. Like, everyone, I think, has the intention of wanting to make a friend and discover who someone is.
Yeah,
So
you're not alone in your like worry about it or being shy, because most people are shy. Of course, there are some people who are a lot more confident and out there, but most people are shy, and most people get nervous meeting new people and going into a new school.
I mean, it's
or
a new school.
year.
If anyone did it, like every story that I went to a new school, that everyone would tell you I got nervous.
But I think you just have to let it happen naturally. Like every situation I've been in, I'm not the greatest at making new friends. I just started university this year. I think you just have to let it happen naturally and, you know, be open to it, be friendly and happy, and hopefully that will attract people to you. And just, yeah, don't stress so much about it. Don't feel like pressured, because I think it's just better when it happens naturally, and you'll be in situations where you'll have to talk to someone and create a friendship out of it. So,
yeah. So make the most
never
of it
fear.
and don't stress about it.
I'm very serious in this video. How do you make yourself feel better when the guy you like is dating someone? Because I cry a lot and I need to stop. Do happy things. Do things that make you happy.
I think focus
things.
more on your friends, because to be honest, dating and relationships, you've got your whole life, you know, and you need to have those memories of you with your girlfriends, or, you know, guy friends that you have, or your family members, and crying over a boy who is in a relationship or has a thing with someone else, it just takes away the time that you could be spending making new memories or focusing on a hobby or something that you like to do, and which could create a positive impact. So at the moment, there's nothing you can do about that certain person and their relationship with others. If you really like that person, maybe just wait out, and they'll, you know, you never know what happens in the future.
To not be sad, you have to not look at it. If you're looking at photos of them or looking at things online, which is easy to do, that's just gonna make you feel worse about it. Like I said earlier, ignorance is bliss, and the less you see and the less you know, the easier it is you can move. The easier it is you can move on from it. You would know this from experience with past relationships. It's a lot easier to move on when you're not looking at things constantly to do with them, because that will just keep reminding you and keep making you think about it. So try and keep your mind on other things, and every time you think of it, just go, no, I'm gonna stop thinking about this, do something else, concentrate on something else. And eventually, it may not seem like it, but you will get over it. Yeah, you will get over him. Next things next. Okay.
First things first.
I need advice on what I should do with my boyfriend. We've been together for about a month and we're doing great, but the problem is we're long distance, so we never see each other. It's really hard, but we're both really determined to make it work. People always say that long distance never works out, but I really, really like this guy, and I can tell he feels the same. What should I do?
To be honest, in this day and age, long distance has worked better than it ever has in the past.
Yeah, because of technology.
Technology makes communication so easy. Like, you could easily form a comfortable relationship with someone even if you don't physically see them, and that's because you can Skype, you can FaceTime, you can
that doesn't mean it's going to be easy though, because you do need that physical contact when you're in a relationship with somebody. I
also think physical separation means it's easier to detach your emotions more to that person, because when you're actually seeing them all the time, it's, you know, you don't get tempted as easily as what, say, like a long distance would. It's a tough one because each relationship is unique in its own way. So if it works for you, you know, that no one can tell you otherwise or differently.
I think just go with the flow. Contacting them a lot and having a lot of communication with them, and doing things like Skype and FaceTime and things where you can see each other. Because even though you can't be with each other physically, you could still see that person.
Yeah, and I also think a big tip is not to put pressure on it. So don't put the pressure of not seeing each other affect your relationship. Just go with the flow, chill, don't stress about if you're not physically there, because your emotions can form without that. And I wouldn't listen to what anyone else says about it, because at the end of the day, it's between you and someone else, and people are going to talk whether you are physically a couple or if you do have that long distance between you. You know, I think I wish you all the best. And no, I do though, like, it's such a challenging relationship to have, but it can be so rewarding. And like they always say, distance makes the heart grow fonder. And you know,
what a quote.
You don't know. You never know.
Good one, Biannca.
Might make you like him more, or vice versa.
Could you give out tips on making conversation like not being being a super awkward person. It seems like it comes so easily to you, and I admire your confidence in yourself.
I am so awkward in person.
Once we were out of the club, and this group of guys were like talking to us, and they were like, so what's your name? I literally said, hi, I'm Biannca. I wasn't even drunk. This was before we even got in the club. I have no idea. I think I was listening to Biannca talk, and I just said it, and then I was like, I can't go back on my word now. I am Biannca from this moment onwards.
We're naturally just like,
We are not
awkward.
okay. Everyone's awkward.
I think everyone's awkward.
We're really awkward though.
Yeah.
I think, how do you make it easier? Honestly, confidence. If you act confident
No, I
and
think
you
you just-
like own the situation,
Yeah.
then it's not as awkward.
And just fake
Just
it
like-
if you don't have
yeah.
it.
Fake
Honestly,
it, force yourself. So like, if
You
meet
say something stupid in front of someone that you've just met,
Yeah.
you just keep going on with it as
Laugh
if
it
you were
off.
meant to say it.
Keep going. Honestly, Biannca is so awkward, to be honest, when we're out.
And I think with me as well,
But she owns it.
I think I talk loud, right? But apparently no one ever listens to me when I'm out clubbing. I will talk and I'll
Not even
literally,
clubbing, when we're out.
just in general.
Biannca like says something to the conversation, and like no one except me will hear it, and
And no
I'll
one will
hear it
respond
because
with
I'm
it?
like right here and I'm listening to her, and no one responds, and she's just kind of like.
And then so I go and talk to Madeline to make it less awkward, so it looks like I was having a private conversation with her,
And I just sit there and
even though
laugh.
I wasn't.
It's so funny, honestly.
I feel like I'm the
Pitch Perfect.
the quiet one from
Go.
Pitch Perfect. It's like, I say it upside down. And then I feel like I literally talk like that because I think in my head I'm talking really loud and like a projection and
Apparently
everything.
you're a quiet
But
person. I need some advice. I really want to start loving my body more, and I really want to be more confident, but I try and then I fail, and I always have my rough days, and sometimes I don't know what to do. What are some things or ways that will help me? Everyone has rough days. Everyone has days where they feel great about themselves and when they feel horrible about themselves.
your body naturally
You forget the girl.
your body naturally fluctuates daily.
Your body
So
changes like every single day.
you could wake up and feel like, you know, on fleek, on point, and then
every
there's
day-
days that you just want to curl up in your bed and cry.
Every day you should go in the mirror and say something good that you like about yourself. So be like, today I really like my hair. And just do that every day with something different. And you know, it's not always, you're not going to wake up every day and just love yourself. Well, most people aren't anyway. But
Unless you're like Kim Kardashian or something.
you just have to like get through it and remind yourself that you know, as long as you're taking care of your body and you're healthy, that's the most important thing. And I think just loving your body from the inside out is the best thing you can do for it.
And honestly, like I said with all the other things, just don't stress about it. Don't focus all your energy and attention on your imperfections.
There are much
because
more important
when you
things in
start
life than your body.
focusing on things that you don't like or things that you know, it becomes more than what it is. And you might think it's the worst thing in the world, and like most other people don't even notice about it, you know. So focus on your memories and your life. Be healthy, and you'll be happy.
One last question, because we're running out of time. This video is so long. Okay, so the last one.
I want to say, is this one?
Yeah.
I have a skin disease type thing, and it's an acne one, which affects my chest and back. It has really taken a hit at my self-esteem. Any tips to help my self-confidence get better with dealing with this? I haven't told anyone this. Like, I didn't really publicize it on the internet, but I had acne, and I had
It was quite severe at some stage.
yeah, and it was really bad, and I think it's something that I think a lot of girls go through, but they don't really say much about it, and
Because
do
there's this sort
something.
of shame around it.
it's worse for girls because I feel like
There's
more
so much
people-
pressure for girls to like look their best all the time.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel that way because of your skin is like a major part of your confidence. And it sucks that there's a lot of pressure about that because that's something you can't control.
I had acne and I was really, really depressed about it. Like my self-confidence had
It
plummeted
really
from it.
affected you.
So I went to a dermatologist and I was on Accutane for like 6 months.
Longer, wasn't it?
No, like almost like 9 months or something. And
It is a
it's
dangerous
every
pill,
day, and it's
so-
something that has to be monitored by a doctor. So definitely
Get advice. personal
I'm not
advice.
like recommending it, but I'm saying that's what fixed me personally, and that's because I had a lot of my body was producing an excess in oil, and that's what was causing my
But
acne.
her skin is like perfect now.
No, but I feel you 100% in terms of your self-confidence, and I don't really know what much to say because I can just sympathize with you. Like, it's something that it's just keep thinking it's a temporary thing. You know, even if you don't get the medication I did, it will get better.
Just make sure you seek help about it. So go see a doctor, see if they can recommend you to anything because it's different for every single person. And yeah.
And it could be your diet, it could be just your genetics,
it could be hormone imbalance, it could be any like a
the more
sort of
you know,
reaction
the more
to
you
something.
can,
You really need to find out what it is that's causing it, and then you can find a solution to it. But don't give up hope.
No, and
It will get better.
Like I said,
You are beautiful regardless of any sort of skin disease or acne.
Yeah.
You are beautiful.
And don't
regardless of that.
stress on your imperfections, like I said in the last, advice. Like, don't focus on that. Just focus on other things. And people can relate and people understand. And I don't think people actually care as much as what you yourself care about it.
That's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for sending in your questions and queries.
We really like giving advice to you guys. It's something that we hold dear to our heart and we take seriously. So if you have an actual question, we really, really want to help you. Just know that we're always here for you. So if
that's
you have
what our Tumblr is for. So go visit us at rosesisters.tumblr.com and you can go in our ask box. It can be anonymous or not anonymous, and we can message you privately about it. And we're always there. So if you ever need help, we will be there and to respond.
If you want a part 2 and have some more questions that you want us to answer, like this video, thumbs it up,
comment anything you want, and we will look at that the next time we do another video.
Yeah. So
thank you for watching, and let us know if you would like to see anything else.
And if you are new here, please subscribe for more videos. We try to upload as quickly as possible and as many as we can. So
okay, thank you. Bye.
Oh, this is actually nice to stretch my legs like this. I'm wearing a onesie.
Dude, low key.
Dude. Or maybe high key. A beef teeth that you like me.
What?
No.
Ay.
Okay.
Ow, mother. My legs are so dead, Bianca.
Oh,
no,
same.
honestly, no.
Just like move them.
There's no blood in them at all.
I'll
Ow.
like them.
Ow.
Like that.
What are you doing?
Like do that.
I can't. No, I have no legs. I'm gonna have to amputate them.